I don't know, no. If he matches me speed for speed, I can imagine that I'll be favouring that.
Do you expect to knock Dillian Whyte out?
If I box by the game plan, I should do, yes.
Quick?
Fairly quick.
Never one to hold back his views. Fury has openly expressed his belief that the 20-year-old Itauma could be the next big force in the heavyweight division. With a showdown against Whyte now looming, Fury approaches a matchup with both admiration and curiosity, mindful of Whyte's seasoned experience and formidable punching power.
That's a good fight, actually, especially for Moses. I think it's a very good time to fight Dillian. He's had a couple of years out the ring. But, you know, make no mistakes, Dillian Whyte is a massive puncher to head and body. I know he's taking it very serious. I'm speaking to Ty Mitchell, who's in training camp with him. And looking forward to the fight. You know, it's a big step up for Moses because he hasn't really fought anybody on Dillian's level. The old Dillian, it was a couple of years ago. It's going to be interesting to see how much that Dillian Whyte has left. And could this be potential? I think it does have the potential to do what Martin McCauley did to Jared Anderson. Maybe it's too early, or maybe he passes with flying colours. And that's why you got to watch it and find out. But one thing I will say about Moses is he's a very good fighter, good little boxer, good puncher, and a lovely kid as well. It's like a sponge. You tell him something, he absorbs it, and he listens. And that's the great thing about the young kids who's coming up. And he's only 20 years old. I told him a few years ago, forget about breaking records. Take your time. You've only got one career. And just enjoy it, because I remember when I was 19, 20, and now 36 has gone like that. Very cool.
At just 20 years old, Itauma has already made a serious impact on the heavyweight stage, scoring knockouts in 10 of his 12 bouts. While some of his early opponents lacked top-level experience, decisive wins over names like Demi McKean and Marius, both stopped inside 3 rounds, showed he's far from an ordinary prospect and possesses a ruthless finishing instinct. Still, sharing the ring with a battle-tested veteran like Whyte, who spent years trading blows with world-class opponents, will be the toughest challenge of his career so far.
Moses, in order for Moses to grow, he's only had 12 fights, Moses, you get me? So in order for Moses to grow, he needs mentality of the Dillian Whytes in front of him. The mentality. It's all about mentality.
Being what? What do you mean by that?
Well, when Moses throws and connects, the mentality from Dillian is going to be different to what Moses had felt before, unless he switches him off.
Right.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Itauma is seen as a fast-rising talent, and his team believe the timing is perfect for a step-up in competition. Whyte, though carrying a fearsome reputation, has been somewhat absent from the limelight in recent years, competing only a few times since late 2022. Now 37, questions linger over how much fuel remains in his tank, but writing him off would be a mistake. Known for his devastating knockout power, Whyte is taking this challenge seriously. Word from inside his camp suggests he's training with full intensity, determined to make this fight matter.
If Moses is as good as what we think he is, he gets the job done on the 16th of August.
No, Moses, I've seen a lot of him, and he's a knockout specialist as well, isn't he? So.
He is, mate. So, yeah, people have not heard his name. You will be hearing his name a lot more. He's 20 years of age. Oh, yeah. You can't believe it. It's like Mike Tyson had that thing about him way back when, and you're saying, is he too young? Don't push him too soon. But you go, sometimes they're that good. You have to let them go. Yeah. And I think this is like a coming of age fight for Moses in many ways. Like I say, Frank's taken that gamble to say, look, putting him in, Dillian's a world-class, dangerous heavyweight, but maybe just past his best, and that's that calculate. Yeah. The excitement of the fight is we don't really know like just how good or what Dillian's got left, but we know how good Moses is, or we're going to find out on the 16th. Can't wait.
For Itauma, this is a golden chance to make a statement on the biggest stage. He's already flashed moments of brilliance, but a showdown with Whyte will reveal whether he's truly ready to stake his claim among the heavyweight elite. The challenge is real. Whyte is rugged, resilient, and packs fight-ending power, making this a compelling test of Itauma's skill and composure. Even Fury has admitted that Whyte is no easy target. Despite his recent inactivity, Whyte remains a dangerous force capable of knocking out top-tier opponents. Still, Fury has also been vocal about Itauma's bright future, praising the young fighter's ability to learn fast and adapt in the ring.
I ain't frustrated media. I was frustrated people talking shit. And then when they come and see them in shape and different mindset, then they start changing their minds and opinion. I'm like, yo, I have the same energy, bro. I have the same energy. When I'm 118, 120 kilos, I have the same energy because now I'm light and I look like I'm in shape. Then now everybody's like, oh, yeah. I'm like, yo, come on, man. You know, I don't need to be 100% to win some fights because I'm a fighter. I know what to fight. He's had more amateur fights than me and all of this other shit. You know, he's doing what he's meant to know. And one thing is, he's got the what's the word I'm looking for? The ignorance of inexperience. You know, I didn't say it right, but I'm tired. Yeah, ignorance of youth or whatever the f it is. Yeah, I'm not a chump, bro. You know, I'm not a chump. You know, obviously people writing me up, but I'm not a chump. So this is what happened Saturday.
Dillian, one word. What can we expect on Saturday night?
What I always bring, man. I always bring that. With me, there's always that unpredictability in the ring. You know what I mean?
Much of the spotlight on this bout comes from the buzz surrounding Itaama's potential. The young contender is being shaped for the sport's highest stage, and a meeting with Whyte, despite its challenges, could be the breakthrough moment of his career. Still, it's a gamble. Whyte remains a dangerous presence in the division, and while his recent form has had its setbacks, the real question is whether a 20-year-old Itauma has the experience and ring craft to withstand someone as battle-hardened and threatening as Whyte.
On Saturday, how does this fight play out, Moses?
I mean, Moses' time of victory.
By any means.
I mean, if I stick to the game plan, that should be enough. Like you said, if I get pulled into a dogfight, Dillian Whyte will win. He might do, and that means I'm not boxing to my game plan.
While fans are eager to see just how high Itaama's ceiling might be, there's equal intrigue about what Whyte still has in the tank. His career has been a mix of thrilling highs and crushing lows, memorable victories tempered by painful defeats. His last setback, a loss to Fury in 2022, left many questioning his future. This clash with Itauma could be a defining crossroads for Whyte. A win might reignite his path to one final world title shot, but a loss could signal the closing chapter of his run at the sport's top tier.
Dillian, you've been here before, you've seen it, done it. How does it play out for you?
What's this Saturday night and see, man? You know. You guys are the expert. I seen your prediction how it plays out. I said
if this turns into a dogfight.
No, I seen your prediction.
This goes early or it goes into a dogfight.
I seen your prediction before that. That's something you're saying now, but I subscribed to your videos, bro.
I said if it turns into a dogfight, this could turn into a dogfight.
It's all good, bro. You're still my man.
No. I said
you remember when you got the DAZN job? Who was one of the first people to congratulate you? You're still my man. It's all good. But it's boxing, you know. Boxing, people's memory is short. And you're the man in the moment in boxing. That's all it is, bro. It's a number and a name in the moment. You know, you disappear for a little bit and everybody forget about you, everybody writes you off. You have a loss, everybody writes you off. That's it.
Dillian Whyte's old foe, Derek Chisora, has already warned that the veteran could be in for a rough night, hinting that Itauma has the tools to inflict serious damage. Chisora, who has traded blows with Whyte more than once, understands his strengths better than most. Yet even he suspects this challenge might be a step too far for the seasoned fighter.
There's some kind of light at the end of the tunnel for Dillian taking that fight.
Ain't no light at the end of that tunnel.
I agree with you. I think I don't think Dillian gets beyond 4 or 5 rounds.
You're crazy. There's no light at that tunnel. Not kiddies. No, you mad. No way. Even Lawrence Okoli said Moses is bad.
I don't think they put him in against Dillian Whyte if they think there's real jeopardy for them. I think they might get a few rounds and get asked a few more questions than possibly they've been asked by Marius Wack and Dempsey McKean. But I don't think they think much more than that. And I'm surprised at Dillian taking the fight.
I think just the young gun, man. Look, he's on a roll. Look, Dillian Whyte in his day was good. Not saying that he's not good, but Dillian Whyte was Dillian Whyte, you know what I'm saying? But
is Dillian still capable of causing an upset, what people would see as an upset against Moses?
I mean, look, Moses is super sharp, man. I don't see an upset coming, you know, I'll be real with you. He's super sharp.
I think he's a very neat, tidy boxer, Moses. Clearly punches hard. Fastest hands in the heavyweight division, I think. I think it could be an early night.
Mark Tibbs has also given his take on the matchup, With a past connection to Whyte, Tibbs still predicts that Itauma will have the upper hand. In his view, Whyte's trademark toughness and durability won't be enough this time. Itauma's skill set and untapped potential could be the factors that tip the scales in the young contender's favor.
His job's to not get hit.
Absolutely.
You know, and I know that we're all crying out, I want to see what he looks
But
like.
he's
when
going to
someone
get hit at
whacks
some
him.
point, isn't he?
Yeah, when he comes up against, you know.
He's going to get hit at some point, and I got a little fight myself, Giorgio Visioli. No one's hit him. O'Hara Davis caught him with a lovely backhand at the beginning. It was nice for me as his coach to see how he reacted. Now I'm sure Ben Davison's, seen him. He can't dodge every shot in it, So he's going to get hit from time to time. So that's how you build a Moses Itauma and a Giorgio Visioli. They've got to be built in the gym.
Yeah,
in the gym.
You listen. He's just said it. Mark knows his onions, doesn't he? You know
Of
what I
course
mean?
he does.
He will, at this moment in time, he will 100% have had harder spars than he has had.
Who has previously shared the ring with Whyte, is also backing Itauma to come out on top. While Allen admits Whyte still carries the kind of power that can turn a fight in an instant, he believes Itauma's style, speed, and overall skill set will present challenges a veteran won't be able to overcome.
My early prediction isn't a Itauma stoppage. I don't think it happens too early, though. I don't think it happens in 1 or 2. I think it'd probably be 6, 7, 8. I think Dillian Whyte will come to survive. I think early on he'll get behind the jab, he'll move. And Itauma, I think he's really clever. I watch him, and you wouldn't believe he was 20. And he never boxed as a senior either. He never boxed as a senior amateur. He never. I wouldn't have thought he boxed like an egg guard in that case. So, but he's very clever. He does some very clever things beyond his experience, because he's not the most experienced either, really. Yes, I think Dillian will be looking to frustrate him. The only holes I've seen in Itauma was when he boxed Espindola and Dovichenko. He did get frustrated when he didn't have the success he wanted. When Dovichenko and Espindola made him miss and weren't giving enough. I expect Dillian Whyte to do that, really. That's what I think he will do. And I don't think Itauma's going to punch straight through Dillian Whyte. I'd be very surprised. Very, very surprised. I think as time goes on, I think he'll chip away at him and wear him down. And Dillian will have to have a go eventually, and that's when Itauma will land something.
Carl Frampton has also weighed in with his perspective on the bout. Known for his sharp and insightful boxing analysis, Frampton believes Itauma's blend of speed and power will be the key to victory. He's been impressed by the young fighter's work inside the ring and predicts the contest could end quickly in Itauma's favor. In Frampton's view, Itauma's hand speed ranks among the fastest in the heavyweight division, and when paired with his punching power, it makes him a dangerous challenge for Whyte.
I think it's good night, Mr. Whyte.
Yeah, but I mean, do you think that the matchmaking's great for him?
Not for Dillian, I don't know. I think it's great for Moses because ultimately he gets a decent name like Dillian Whyte on his resume, which isn't the Dillian Whyte that was fighting 2 or 3 years ago. If he blasts him out, which I think he will, then Moses, the mythology around Moses just gets bigger and wider and more bankable.
There'll be a bit of hype around the fight as well, which will raise Moses' profile too.
Yeah. Another question for you then. So if you say it's not good matchmaking for Dillian Whyte, where would you put Dillian Whyte then? That's what I'm saying. Like, what opportunity is going to come from?
Well, the last time I opened
him?
my mouth about Dillian Whyte, I put him in with Fabio Wardley and got smacked around everybody for being a bit of a tit. So I'm not even going to answer that question. Thanks very much.
Brilliant.
How do you see it? In the event that this fight is made, which we all think it will be, I do think it will be Moses Itauma. I do think that he will go through Dillian, and I think he'll go through him compellingly. But what do you guys think?
Yeah, I'm with you.
You think the same?
I just think that timing is key in boxing. Dillian Whyte's been a great ambassador for the sport. I don't think he's the fighter he once was, and I think that Moses Itauma is something special, and I think he wins quite comfortably.
Yeah, I agree with you, Spencer, and I think it could be early as well. I think he's a very neat, tidy boxer. Moses clearly punches hard, fastest hands in the heavyweight division. I think. I think it could be an early night.
Shane McGuigan has added his voice to the debate, calling Itauma a sensational talent and suggesting that Whyte may be nearing the end of his career. While McGuigan respects Whyte's grit and determination, he ultimately sees a young contender as a stronger man in this contest. He praised the matchmaking as a smart move, but still predicts that Itauma will walk away with the victory.
You know, it's heavyweight boxing. You know, you can never write anybody off. Dillian's got a phenomenal left hook, but I think the likelihood of that is very, 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 very slim. I think Moses Itauma is a sensational talent. I've been saying it since he was 15 years of age, and I think, you know, he has a great mindset for a young fighter. I think Adam's the same. He's got a very good mindset. They're very calm and they take things in their stride, and they're perfectionists. They're working on their craft constantly. I think they don't believe that they're the finished article yet, and that's the most important thing. You have to constantly keep striving for 1% improvements. But Dillian is, you know, is at the end of his career, and he's always had vulnerabilities there, but he's always had that tenacity to pull something out of the bag and deliver a fantastic shot like he's done numerous times before. So you can never write him off, I just think.
Tony Bellew didn't hold back when giving his prediction. In his view, Whyte's days at the top are behind him, and Itauma will be the one to bring them to an end. Bellew went as far as to suggest that Whyte is essentially being paid to take a beating, and he fully expects a young contender to finish the job with knockout.
My opinion is at the end. And I just think he's agreed a fantastic payday for himself. You know, it's been widely touted what he's getting. It's been put out here, there, and everywhere, and he's being paid a king's ransom to go in there and be dealt with. I think that's quite as simple as it is.
You say fair play to him as well, because nobody wants to fight Itauma. Anyone who's above Itauma in the rankings and whatnot, they do not want to fight.
Yes,
Itauma.
I think they do for the right amount of money and what's on the line. I think.
Really?
Chisora
turned down $2 million.
It's because he knows it's his last ever fight. He probably doesn't want to go.
That's my point, isn't it?
Yeah, but
I mean, it's a fight that you don't think he can.
If Del gets the right fight, he gets more than $2 million. If Del goes to Africa, he gets far more than $2 million.
Frank Warren has also shared his thoughts on the matchup, recognizing it as a serious challenge to the young contender, while also praising his potential. Warren believes Itauma has the tools to hurt Whyte, but is curious to see how he performs over the full distance of a 12-round fight. While confident in Itauma's chances, he's eager to watch how the rising star deals with adversity and whether he can maintain his composure and skill across a longer contest.
Moses is at a stage now where where I feel that he, every fight he's had, we're increasing the quality of the opposition, and he's ready for the next big step up, and it has to be against a recognisable name.
So is this, let me make it a supposition that this is potentially going to happen, and you don't have to comment on it, but is it the kind of fight that you want to see Moses in now?
Yes. Yeah.
And if it were Dillian, what does it say about Dillian? Is it the sort of fight that he would really fancy?
Well, if the fight took place, then obviously he would fancy it.
For Itauma, this marks the first true test of his career, and a win over Whyte could fast-track him toward a world title opportunity. His team already has eyes on potential future opponents like Otto Wallin, Filip Hrgovic, and Zhilei Zhang. But before any of that can happen, Itauma must prove himself against Whyte. If he can get past a veteran, the road ahead in the heavyweight division promises bigger and brighter opportunities. As fight night draws closer, opinions remain split. Whyte's experience and knockout power make him a dangerous threat, but Itauma's raw talent and youthful drive have captured the attention of both fans and analysts. With Fury predicting a serious battle for both fighters, this bout has all the makings of a showdown that could shape the future of the heavyweight scene. The only question now is, will Itauma deliver on the hype, or will Whyte seize one final, career-defining victory? The boxing world is about to find out.